He was betrayed, stabbed again and again, left to die, but death wasn't the end. He woke up as a goblin, the lowest creature in a brutal world. In this world, the weak are devoured, so this time, he chooses strength. This is Gobrou, from prey to predator. The story begins with a man named Kanata being stabbed repeatedly. The girl stabbing him sounds like a psychopath, as she calls out his name. Her knife begins to glow, and Kanata loses his life. Soon after, Kanata is shocked to see that he is somehow still alive, as he wakes up to find some kind of green monster talking to him. It gives him the name Gobrou, and he force feeds him some giant disgusting bug. Gobrou is still too tired to do anything, so he falls back asleep. When he wakes up the next day, Gobrou is surrounded by what he calls a bunch of ugly green babies. Then he realizes that he is one of them. This leads him to conclude that he had died, and then he was reborn as a helpless little goblin. 3 days later, Gobrou determines that goblins mature much faster than humans, as he has grown a lot. Gobrou becomes excited when he sees that he has a voice again, and he is very agile. He decides not to overthink things, and he just becomes grateful to have a second chance at life. Gobrou vows to survive the best he can in his new life, and he makes it to day 4. The man that's been feeding them informs all the newborn goblins that they will have to get their own food after this last meal. They all feast on the bugs, and Gobrou is the first of them to venture outside. Just like before, this world has one sun and a blue sky, but it has some pretty strange birds. A ton of plants he has never seen before make it clear that Gobrou is in a new world. The goblins are able to speak, so Gobrou teams up with Gobkichi. Gobkichi is the biggest of the goblin kids, and Gobrou teamed up with him, specifically because he will be most useful when helping him hunt. The two of them work together as Gobkichi chases a unicorn bunny, and Gobrou finishes it off. Gobkichi tries to eat without Gobrou, so Gobrou beats him and makes sure that he knows that they are supposed to share. After demonstrating the nature of their relationship with Gobkichi, Gobrou tries to see if he can use the rabbit's horn as a weapon. Just then he gets a strange vision that says Gobrou obtained the small creature's horn. Gobrou has no clue what that is, but he moves on as Gobkichi is starving. Gobkichi is overwhelmed with emotion as he eats. He cries and thanks Gobrou for helping him get food. Gobrou would just like for him to eat or cry, but not both. On the 5th day, the two hunt a rabbit again, but this time Gobrou uses the horn as a weapon and determines that it's very useful. Gobrou removes another horn, and he once again sees the vision. He ignores it so they can eat, but he then has another vision. This time Gobrou hears a voice, and it tells him that he learned the ability called escape. Seeing it another time has confirmed something he suspected. Then Gobrou explains that in his old world, he was born with an extremely rare psychic ability called absorption. This allowed him to eat pretty much anything, and he would have a chance of gaining the skills of whatever he ate. Luckily, it looks like he still has this ability, but sadly it seems like any other abilities he had in his past life have been reset. As Gobrou amazes Gobkichi by hunting a rabbit, Gobrou thinks about how he is actually extremely lucky that out of all his abilities, absorption was the one he kept. This is because in this world, there are a ton of monsters looking around with incredible powers. On day 6, some girl goblin named Goblin is amazed to hear that our boys have been eating horned rabbits. Gobrou didn't think it was a big deal, but Goblin points out that someone just lost their life after being wounded by one of those rabbits. She knows that Gobrou is the one in charge, and she admires him for being smart, cool, and strong. Gobkichi wonders what she thinks about him, but she just thinks he is ordinary. Gobrou offers to let her come on the next hunt, and she agrees. The next day though, it ends up raining, so they postpone the hunt for the day after. Gobrou decides to check the storage to see if he can make a new weapon. He returns with materials to make a weapon, but he cannot forget what else he saw. In the storage, Gobrou found a group of captive human women. The reason why is pretty obvious, but Gobrou would rather not think about it. The elder who watches him is named Gobji, and he is the man responsible for giving Gobrou his very low-effort name. The elder is impressed with Gobrou, and explains that he might level up faster than the others. Gobrou doesn't understand what he means by levels, so the old man tells him to tap his head. Gobrou does, and the voice reveals that Gobrou is currently level 86. Gobji explains that once he reaches level 100, Gobrou will be able to evolve into a more advanced life form. Gobji doubts that he will be able to though, since it's pretty rare. It turns out that goblins age very quickly, so this old man is just 20 years old. Gobji explains that the others will be returning soon, so Gobrou will get to see what an evolved hobgoblin looks like. The old man lets out a menacing laugh, as he wonders what kind of prey they will be bringing back this time. On day 8 the guys go hunting, and Goblin joins them. Goblin is in charge of backup, while Gobrou fights at middle range, and Gobkichi is their forward. Their 3 goblin formation works like a charm, and they are able to hunt larger monsters. The food is delicious, so Goblin tears up, as she has only been eating nothing but fruit. When Gobrou eats, he gains several skills from the snake, including venom resistance and something called an evil eye. This is way more than he got from the other monster, so it's clear that this snake was on a whole other level. The others have no clue what he is talking about, and Gobkichi wants to eat the head of the snake too. Unfortunately, he can't since it's poisonous, and the others would die if they ate it. Gobrou is getting used to things now, so he explains that it doesn't matter how ugly he is. He is determined to survive in this world, in his second life. Days 9 and 10 were more of the same hunting, but on day 11 they made the mistake of trying to go into a cave. Their teamwork shines once again though, as Gobrou has got Gobkichi to protect them with the shield, so he can use Evil Eye on the attacking bats. This stuns them so they can win the fight. They feast on the bats, and this gives Gobrou echolocation, along with a couple of other bad skills. They feast as always, but we see that some other goblins starve as they watch them. That night some of the other goblins surround Gobrou as he sleeps, but the clever Gobrou always has his search ability active. This allows him to sense that the others are trying to attack him, so Gobrou beats up all 6 of them. One of them is hurt more than the others, so Gobrou realizes that he might not have adjusted his venom correctly, since he was in a rush. He plans to teach the rest of them a lesson, but Goblin is even more upset. She starts choking one of them out, so Gobrou tries to calm her down. On day 13 our group takes on a much bigger monster. Gobkichi gets knocked back, so the clever Goblin disarms the orc. Gobrou breaks its leg, and tells the others that he will take it from there, so they watch as Gobrou slaughters it. Feasting on the orc grants Gobrou the ability to use orc language, libido, and something called Detect Analyze. Gobrou is still thinking about when the others attacked him, so after his friends have had their fill of food, Gobrou decides to bring the rest back so everyone else can eat too. The others are skeptical at first, but Gobrou assures them that it's okay. They all thank Gobrou, and begin eating good food for the first time. Gobrou stands over them as they eat, and he thinks about how he never would have even considered helping out the helpless in his old world. It is obvious that his appearance changed since coming to this new world, but Gobrou wonders if something else has changed about him as well. As Gobrou sleeps he has another vision. It mentions something about how his level values have been exceeded, and he has met all the special conditions. We see that it says something about evolving, but Gobrou is too tired to read any of it, so he just swipes yes and goes back to sleep. One last message reads that Gobrou has received the blessing of the Grand God of Demise and Origin. The next morning Gobrou finds that he looks a lot more like he did in his old life. A look over at Gobkichi reveals that he has evolved as well. Goblin is excited about her friends, as she points out that they are a lot bigger and a lot cooler now. Gobji is stunned that they both ranked up already, since it hasn't even been a month since they were born. Gobkichi wants to test out his new strength, so Gobrou assumes that he wants to go hunting. Surprisingly though, Gobkichi wants to test it by fighting Gobrou, and Gobrou actually really likes the idea. The 2 beefed up hobgoblins fight outside, and show that they are much better fighters now. Gobkichi is a bit too slow though, so Gobrou ends up winning the fight easily. Gobkichi is amazed by how strong Gobrou is, but Gobrou explains that Gobkichi hasn't beat when it comes to pure power. Just then Gobrou senses that trouble is approaching, and he surprises Goblin when he knows that she is hiding nearby. He reminds her about the crossbow they made the day before, and he instructs her to go get it. Then we see what the danger is, as a pack of wolves viciously hunt down some rabbits. An orc runs off as it's terrified of them, but it's no use as the wolves easily destroy it as well. Gobrou determines that they are the perfect target to test their evolved strength, so he has Goblin start off by shooting one of them with an arrow. Gobrou and Gobkichi then jump in to start smacking the wolves around. Gobrou reveals that he used his venom on Goblin's arrows, and it has allowed them to easily hurt the leader of the wolves. Without their leader the wolves were uncoordinated. Their teamwork was lacking, so Gobrou and his group were able to make quick work of them. One last wolf remains, but it eventually dies as well. Gobrou determines that it's the leader, so he eats it and it gives him some military leadership abilities. Gobrou gives more food to the others, but informs them that they will have to start catching the same amount of prey that they are provided. They fear that they won't be able to do it, so they beg Gobrou to teach them how to hunt. Gobrou agrees to show them, and they are all even more grateful when he says that he will teach them how to make weapons as well. Gobrou says that it's not a big deal, as they are all comrades, and they all begin to cheer his name. Gobrou isn't sure why, but in this moment he feels like he can see the path that he will be taking in this new world. He will eat non-stop to become stronger. He will then lead his comrades to achieve his real goal, which puts a smile on his face. For days later, Gobrou laments how his comrades still have a lot to learn. They train hard, and Gobrou is shocked when he accidentally walks into Goblin. And that's where today's episode ends. Gobrou believes his future is finally in his hands, but in this world, goblins are not meant to rise. Next time, Gobrou faces a threat that refuses to be hunted. Before you go, friends, we've started a membership program for true fans, where you'll get early access to videos, exclusive recaps, and shout-outs in our uploads. Check the link in the description if you'd like to join the family. If you enjoyed this recap, drop a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss what happens next. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.